Happy Wednesday, 5th graders. Let's review our I idiom, apple of your eye. This is the person you're extremely fond of or love a lot. It's your most favorite person, someone or something that is very precious. This is the apple of your eye. Here's our next I idiom, see eye to eye. See eye to eye. Here's a literal image for us. So the eyes are together. You might see the silhouette here of a face, an outline of a side of a face, and they're looking at each other. So if two people see eye to eye, they agree with each other. So it just means that people agree with each other. Sentences. Leo and Stargirl don't see eye to eye about popularity. Stargirl is much more content being Stargirl than Susan. Another example, my brother and I don't see eye to eye on which team is best. So instead of saying I agree with you, you can say, okay, we see eye to eye on this. So let's say you're trying to decide on a theme for your birthday party, and you're having a discussion, and your mom or dad says, okay, how about superhero theme? And you say, okay, that's great. Yeah, we see eye to eye on this. So if you agree on something, then you see eye to eye. If you can say you don't see eye to eye on something, which means you disagree. So let's say you and your cousin don't see eye to eye on let's say which movie is the best. So if you don't see eye to eye on it, then you do not agree with each other. Now mid means middle. This is our prefix this week. We learned midnight, 12 o'clock at night, or the middle of the night. Midway, midway. My family lives midway between my grandparents on my mom's side and my grandparents on my dad's side. What does this mean? It means between two places and the same distance from each of them. So like your house is in the middle, or it's midway between grandparents on one side, grandparents on the other side. Here's another sentence. Huerta School scored a goal midway through the first half. What does this mean? It means when half a period of time has passed. So let's say we're taking a test and I say, okay, midway, let's just take a little 5-minute break. You can use the bathroom, stretch, get some water. We'll take a break midway. Maybe through a read aloud, midway, we pause to have a discussion. Okay, so something can happen midway in terms of time, or something could be midway in terms of distance. So let's say we are on the soccer field or on the basketball court, and the teams meet midway when the game begins. Okie dokie, so we're learning Greek root phone or phono, which means sound. We learned microphone, a piece of equipment that you speak into to record your voice or make it louder when you are speaking or performing in public. And the microphone is small, micro meaning small, and it helps project sound. Megaphone. Now, we haven't learned mega yet, but mega means big. So megaphone is a piece of equipment like a large horn. So the actual equipment is large. So it's kind of the opposite of a microphone, right? It's big. So a piece of equipment like a large horn, which you talk through to make your voice sound louder when you are speaking to a crowd. So it's maybe hard to see, but here's a megaphone. So this person's using a megaphone to talk to the crowd. So it's sort of big, but it also, similar to a microphone, it projects sound, but you have to sort of press a button and so that your voice can project and be loud. This type of megaphone is handy if you don't have to have all the equipment, speakers and stuff. You can just talk through it and people can hopefully hear you better. So it's good for rallies. It's good for something like a game. It's good when you're like walking, let's say in a parade, and you're trying to make your voice louder. The coach used a megaphone to direct the players at the soccer game so that everyone could hear well. Now let's review personification. This is figurative language giving human qualities, actions, feelings, thoughts to non-human objects. Right, so we learned this example yesterday. The leaves danced in the wind. Now, authors use personification to create an emotional response in the reader, and personification is often used in poetry. It also makes language so beautiful, putting all these words together, showing that a non-human object can have a human quality. Let's look at some examples here. So let's look at this one. I just wanted to show you a couple of visualizations. So what's happening with the feet? Well, maybe this has happened to you where you're sitting in the same spot for a long time and your feet fall asleep. So this is an example of personification. The feet fall asleep. Now, let's look here. This heart is racing. It's running fast. It's sweaty. So let's say that you see the person that you fancy, the person that you have feelings for, the person that you like, and your heart is racing. So this can happen if you see somebody that you like and you know it because your heart races. So the heart is a non-human object, but the fact that we're saying it's racing shows that it has a human quality. So instead of saying my heart is beating fast, saying my heart races when I see this person, then it's just a little bit more exciting. It shows creativity in language. So personification is what we're working on, and we'll continue on, 5th graders. Have a great day.